Sophia, can I tell you something embarrassing?
Huh, of course. What is it?
I spent 2 hours last week learning 50 new Vietnamese words for a trip I'm planning.
That's great. How many do you remember now?
Maybe 5? I forgot almost everything.
Oh no, that's so frustrating.
Right? I worked so hard. I made flashcards, I repeated them over and over, and then poof, gone from my brain.
You experienced the forgetting curve.
The what?
The forgetting curve. It's a scientific principle discovered in the 1800s that shows how quickly we forget new information.
So it's not just me being forgetful?
Not at all. It's how all human brains work. Without proper review, you forget about 70% of new information within 24 hours.
That's depressing. So all my English students are fighting the same battle?
Exactly. They learn new vocabulary, feel great, then wake up the next day and it's gone.
Is there a solution?
Yes, it's called spaced repetition, and it's like a memory hack for your brain.
That's what today's episode is about?
Yes, we're teaching everyone how to make vocabulary stick permanently using science-backed techniques.
I need this for my Vietnamese learning too.
Everyone needs this. Let's dive in.
Perfect. So first question, what exactly is the forgetting curve?
The forgetting curve was discovered by a German psychologist named Hermann Ebbinghaus in 1885.
What did he discover?
He tested his own memory by memorizing nonsense syllables, then tracked how much he remembered over time.
What were the results?
Shocking. Within 20 minutes, he forgot 40% of what he learned. Within 1 hour, 50%. Within 24 hours, almost 70%.
That's crazy. So most learning is lost within a day?
Without review, yes. Your brain essentially dumps information it thinks is unimportant.
Why does the brain do this?
Efficiency. Your brain receives thousands of pieces of information daily. If it kept everything, it would be overwhelmed.
So it filters out what seems unnecessary.
Exactly. Your brain asks, did we use this information again? No? Then it must not be important. Delete.
That's what happened with my Vietnamese words.
Yes, you learned them once, never reviewed them, so your brain thought he doesn't need these and deleted them.
How does this affect English learners?
Think about it. A student learns ubiquitous on Monday, feels great, by Friday, completely forgotten.
And they think they're bad at learning.
Exactly, but it's not their fault. It's just how memory works.
What about traditional memorization techniques, like repeating something 100 times?
Cramming works for short-term memory. You can pass a test the next day.
But not long-term?
No, cramming fights the forgetting curve initially, but without spaced review, the information still disappears.
So there's a better way.
Yes, spaced repetition. Let me explain how it works. Spaced repetition is the antidote to the forgetting curve.
How does it work?
Instead of reviewing information randomly, you review it at scientifically optimal intervals, right before you're about to forget.
Right before forgetting? How do you know when that is?
Through research, scientists have identified the ideal review schedule.
What is it?
First review, 1 day after learning. Second review, 3 days after that. Third review, 7 days after. Then 14 days, then 30 days.
Why those specific intervals?
Because that's when your memory is starting to fade but hasn't completely disappeared yet. Reviewing at that moment strengthens the memory.
So you're catching the information before it falls off the cliff.
Perfect analogy. Each review pulls it back up and makes the next cliff further away.
What happens in the brain when you do this?
You're strengthening neural pathways. Every review makes the pathways stronger and more permanent.
Like building muscle?
Exactly. Think of it like a smart workout for your brain. You're not just mindlessly repeating, you're strategically strengthening at optimal times.
Why is this better than studying every day?
Because struggle strengthens memory. When you wait and struggle to recall something, that struggle actually makes the memory stronger.
So if something's too easy to remember, the review isn't as effective?
Correct. The sweet spot is when you have to work a little to remember. That's when the neural pathway gets reinforced most.
This is brilliant, but how do people actually implement this?
Let me show you specific techniques.
Okay, how would someone use spaced repetition for English vocabulary?
Let's use a concrete example. Say you learn the word resilient today.
What happens next?
Today, you learn it. Resilient means able to recover quickly from difficulties.
Day 1 after learning?
Tomorrow, you review it. Try to recall the meaning before checking. What does resilient mean? Struggle to remember? Oh yes, able to recover quickly.
That struggle is important.
Critical. That retrieval effort is what strengthens the memory.
What about day 3?
Review again, but now it's a bit harder to remember because more time has passed. Again, that struggle is good.
Day 7?
Same thing. By now, you're really starting to know this word.
Day 14 and 30.
After these reviews, resilient is basically permanent in your memory.
So 5 reviews total over a month?
Yes, just 5 strategic reviews and the word is yours forever.
What tools can people use for this?
The most powerful is Anki. It's a flashcard app that automatically schedules reviews based on spaced repetition algorithms.
How does Anki work?
You create a flashcard with resilient on one side and the definition on the other. Anki shows it to you, you try to recall, then rate how difficult it was.
And Anki adjusts the schedule based on your answer.
Exactly. If you found it easy, Anki schedules it further out. If you struggled, it shows it again sooner.
So it's personalized to your memory.
Yes, that's the magic. Everyone's memory is different and Anki adapts to yours.
What if someone doesn't want to use technology?
You can use the Leitner Box System. It's a physical flashcard method.
How does that work?
You have 5 boxes. Box 1 is daily review, box 2 is every 3 days, box 3 is weekly, and so on.
And cards move between boxes based on if you remember them.
Exactly. Remember it, move to the next box. Forget it, back to box 1.
What about phrases and grammar, not just vocabulary?
Same principle. Instead of single words, you put phrases or grammar patterns on flashcards.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Card front. How do you express a habit in the present? Card back. Use present simple. I go to the gym every day.
So you're learning the pattern, not just a rule.
Exactly. And through spaced repetition, these patterns become automatic in your brain.
This goes beyond just vocabulary. How does this help with fluency?
This is where spaced repetition gets really powerful for English learners.
How does it help with speaking?
When you use spaced repetition for phrases and chunks, not just words, you build automaticity.
What's automaticity?
It's when you can produce language without conscious thought, like how native speakers don't think about grammar, we just speak.
And spaced repetition builds that.
Yes, by reviewing phrases repeatedly at optimal intervals, they become automatic in your brain.
Give me an example.
Let's say you want to master "I'd like to" for polite requests.
How do you practice that with spaced repetition?
Create cards with different contexts. How do you politely request coffee? "I'd like to have a coffee, please."
And you review this at spaced intervals.
Yes, after enough reviews, when you want to politely request something, "I'd like to" automatically comes out.
No thinking required.
No thinking, it's automatic. That's fluency.
What about larger chunks, like common expressions?
Perfect for spaced repetition. By the way, on the other hand, to be honest, these should all be flashcards.
And after multiple reviews, they become part of your active vocabulary.
Exactly. They're not just words you recognize, they're phrases you automatically use.
How does this reduce hesitation in conversation?
Because your brain has well-worn pathways to these phrases. There's no searching for words, they're ready to go.
So you speak faster and more naturally.
Much faster and more confident because you know these phrases are solid in your memory.
What about pronunciation? Can you use spaced repetition for that?
Absolutely. Use audio flashcards.
How does that work?
Record a native speaker saying a phrase. Your card plays the audio, you repeat it, then you rate how well you did.
And through spaced repetition, your pronunciation improves.
Yes, your mouth muscles develop memory for the sounds. It becomes easier each time.
This is incredible. How do people build their own system?
Let me walk you through creating your own spaced repetition system.
What's step 1?
Choose your tool, Anki for digital, Leitner Box for physical, or even a notebook with dates.
Let's say someone chooses Anki. What's next?
Step 2, start small. Don't try to add 100 cards day 1.
Why not?
Because reviews accumulate. If you add 100 cards today, in a week you'll have hundreds of reviews daily. That's overwhelming.
So how many should they start with?
Add 5 to 10 new cards per day. This gives you a manageable review load.
Step 3?
Prioritize high-frequency content. Don't waste reviews on rare words like persnickety.
What should they focus on?
The 1,000 most common English words, common phrases, essential grammar patterns.
Step 4?
Make good cards. This is crucial.
What makes a good flashcard?
Cards should test one thing. Don't put 5 definitions on one card. Keep it simple.
Can you show me a bad card versus a good card?
Bad card, run. To move quickly, to manage something, to operate a machine, to leak, too much.
What's better?
Good cards. Card 1, run, move quickly. Card 2, run, manage. Separate cards for each meaning.
So one concept per card.
Exactly. Step 5, review daily.
How long should daily reviews take?
If you're adding 5 to 10 new cards daily, expect 10 to 15 minutes of review time.
That's manageable.
Very manageable, and those 15 minutes will make vocabulary permanent.
What apps besides Anki are good for 2026?
RemNote has built-in spaced repetition, Quizlet now has it too, and there are AI-powered options like Memrise.
What about AI specifically? How can that help?
Some apps use AI to generate example sentences for your vocabulary. They create personalized content for your reviews.
So you see your words in different contexts each review.
Yes, this prevents you from memorizing the example sentence instead of the actual word.
That's smart. What's the biggest mistake people make with spaced repetition?
Giving up after 2 weeks, they don't see immediate results and quit.
But the magic happens over time.
Exactly. You need at least a month to see the real benefits. After 3 months, it's life-changing.
Okay, let's give people a specific challenge. All right, Sophia, create a 30-day spaced repetition challenge.
Perfect. Here's the plan.
Days 1 through 7. What should they do?
Set up your system, download Anki or prepare your Leitner box. Add your first 30 to 50 cards, high-frequency words only.
Days 8 through 14.
Continue adding 5 to 10 new cards daily. Do your reviews every single day, no skipping.
What if they miss a day?
The reviews pile up. That's when people get overwhelmed and quit. Consistency is everything.
Days 15 through 21.
You'll start noticing words sticking. This is when it gets exciting. Keep adding cards and reviewing.
Days 22 through 30.
By now, spaced repetition is a habit. You'll have 150 to 300 cards in your system. Many are becoming permanent memories.
What results should they expect by day 30?
Noticeably better vocabulary recall. Words appear in conversation more naturally. Confidence boost.
And beyond day 30?
Keep going. After 90 days, you'll have 500 plus words deeply embedded. After a year, 2,000 plus permanent vocabulary.
That's transformative.
It really is, and it only takes 15 minutes a day.
Okay, let's recap everything.
Let's summarize spaced repetition.
What's the forgetting curve?
Scientific principle showing we forget 70% of new information within 24 hours without review.
What's spaced repetition?
Reviewing information at optimal intervals right before you forget it to strengthen neural pathways permanently.
What are the optimal intervals?
1 day, 3 days, 7 days, 14 days, 30 days after learning.
What tools can they use?
Anki, digital, Leitner Box, physical, or notebooks. In 2026, AI-powered apps are available too.
How does it help beyond vocabulary?
Builds automaticity for phrases, reduces hesitation, improves pronunciation, and creates natural fluency.
What's the 30-day challenge?
Set up your system, add 5 to 10 new cards daily, review every day, build a habit over 30 days.
Perfect. Now here's your immediate challenge.
What's that?
Right now, download Anki or prepare a physical flashcard system.
Don't wait. Do it while you're motivated.
Add your first 10 cards today. Words or phrases you've been trying to remember.
Then tomorrow, do your first review.
Come to the comments in 1 week and tell us, how many cards have you added? Are you staying consistent?
We'll check in on you. We want to hear about your progress.
This system will change your English learning forever.
All right, let's wrap up.
What a powerful episode. Spaced repetition is truly a game changer.
Right? It's not motivation or talent. It's using science to hack your memory.
The forgetting curve is real, but spaced repetition beats it.
Just 15 minutes a day and vocabulary becomes permanent.
Remember everyone, start small, 5 to 10 cards per day.
Consistency beats intensity. Daily reviews are non-negotiable.
After 30 days, you'll wonder how you ever learned without this.
And after a year, you'll have thousands of words permanently embedded.
This is our final episode of this series. Thank you all for joining us on this journey.
We've covered so much, from pronunciation to grammar to memory techniques.
We hope these episodes have transformed your English learning.
Keep practicing, stay consistent, and remember, you've got this.
Thanks for listening to Easy English Conversation.
See you next time.
Bye, everyone.